Why, hello. It's me, Phoenix Wright, Nick Wright, ready for action. As the man, the myth, the legend. No one within you, baby. It's so loud. Why is this so loud? Is it always this loud? No. Maybe, I don't know. Hold on. Nah, hold on for the audio. Hold on for me getting ready. Streamlabs? So we might just try to finish this today? I don't know. He's so chuckling. Chucklish. Chucklish. Drag you over here. Drag you over here. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Bum 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 ba da dum. Okay. Talk to me there, Gumshoe. So, Detective Gumshoe, your boss for the day? That's right, it's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? I'm not under Phoenix Wright, hold on. I totally forgot. Can I type, please? Thank you. You can't tell me I'm not typing when I just deleted the entire text box. And then, this is Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney. Ace Attorney, there you go. Ellipses. I'm using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. Other words, you got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Haha, yeah, of course, man. I am a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open? Really? You find that part puzzling? This man has a locker only he can open? You're worried about that. Stood out to you. I always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. Mr. Edgy. No matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee now, right? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. Guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, the case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. The place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. I'm on my third card since entering the force already. That sounds like a lot. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. So only the... Not gonna lie, that green sleeve, I thought that was just a hand. So the only locker we can open is our own. Funny, they look like normal lockers. Feature the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see? The handles. On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it, zap, you get a shock. And that's what happened, my hand would be black as smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't even know about the fingerprint locks. Only the assigned detective's prints can open it. The indicator lamp lights up when it's open. Detective, here's my attorney's badge. Show that to me every time we meet, pal. Real men I know you said this already. This is a different dialogue than last time, but like, it's not much. That's it. King of the prosecutors aware that Mr. Edgeworth got the other day. You're at the award ceremony? Of course, pal. Congratulations. Why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. Tell you about it later. Open the lockers in your fingerprint. You can't open the locker if your fingerprint doesn't match. Yes. If you can't open it, they'll give you 50 cents. Note, the police department lacks faith in its lock system. After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. But at the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office. What a twist. I'm gonna say one thing, speaking as a detective. See a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing. Nothing, that's fine. That's fine, pal. Would you take a look at this? This is the ID card recording of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa. What is it? It's like a number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth's. What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? ID? That was my worst what yet. How would Mr. Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? I'm gonna say one thing, speaking as a detective. I see a piece of yeah. Detective Goodman's note and the switchblade knife. But Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone because of the SL9 connection. That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would the evidence from the case turn up now? This is not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left in that case. I didn't mean to do that. Did I, like, examine this stuff thoroughly? Bruce Goodman, ID 59, something? Alright, that's about it for that one. Neat. Miles Edgeworth and Bruce Goodman. But I mean, who the heck is this? I think the 4989596 is more important than Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Who's the lucky SOB with 77777777? I didn't mean to present it to you, I wanted to examine it. Look at that. And that was a bloody violent case. Violent. So it was a murder? Serial killing. Serial killing. Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around the dabble. It was 2 years ago. That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight. I put him there in the spotlight. Started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence. Supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Oh, what do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So the switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself. Up the car door. Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner. It looks like a car door. There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy that caught was some sort of escape artist and got away. Yeah, that's one of those human profiles for range testing. He'd been shot square in the forehead. Better aim than us. See for yourself. Something sticking out of here? It's like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put that here. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for this evidence here. That said, that evidence locker was opened recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. Guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too. He doesn't tuck his shirt in under that trench coat either. Going to talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of a pal. Yeah, Emma. This place is stuffed with evidence, stuffed with dreams. Not so sure about the dreams. New patch for you know what? I think it's time to read the new Cyberpunk patch notes. I'm dying already. Let me see here. Cyberpunk tweeted. Memory usage improvements, various crash fixes. Nothing big, really. Nothing was like that stuck out to me, so. Won't open. Did you really think it would? Hey pal, our security is high tech around here. Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here. What a sorry looking fishing pole that is. My personal pole. Never did get around to using it. Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. Right, pal, that's the metal detector. Let's solve the case. The one that led to solving the case out on Gourd Lake, remember? Oh, right, wow, that feels like it was ages ago. And I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a bunk sweeper. I'm sure it will come in handy solving some case sooner or later. Keep looking box. You can't judge a person over a machine by their art, by their cover. You gotta look at their heart. Slide. Wrong one. What's this? Blood. It's a little worn. There's definitely a handprint here. So someone try to wipe it off. Mr. Wright. What are there other bloodstains left in the room? Should use her testing fluid to check this out. Alright. I got more things to look at though. Sorry about that. Pokebug, 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 Pokebug. What is a saw and paint? What is a saw and paint doing here? It's the dawn of time. True art has always been a war against oppression. True art. There's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger. Well, you might say this is my studio. Here, the evidence room. Someone left a glove here. But only one, that's Psalm 911. Gumshoe, maybe. Here we go, pal, making me a kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know. I mean, Psalm 9, it does have a tag on it. The rubber glove added to your court record. Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all those pieces. Gumshoe, perhaps. Wow, you guys just like relentlessly beat on him. There you go, pal, making me up to some kind of hooligan. It's apparently that's apparently from the case. The case. The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker in one of the bottom pieces there? Another piece of SL9 evidence. All done. Take a closer look. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke. Try to put it back together. Good luck, pal. Palerino. Not a job for amateurs. Why I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. Dude. Always carry around a tube of glue. I think it was a vase. This piece looks like it's at the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Oh no. You're the top piece. Part of the top. So are you. Trying to figure, like, what do you want from me here? Oh, it's not blood. That's where it's gonna get attached at. Okay. Oh, that one, huh? I mean, it has to be you, right? No. Am I dying here? Am I? I got to cover that entire piece. It's like 3 pieces that can do it. You're the top piece, unless this will work like this, but I doubt it. But I'm hard to believe it's not you. Really? Alright. The piece was way too tiny. So I thought so, at least. There's that one. I'll imagine it's you that's gonna fit inside here. No? Probably that one, actually. Makes sense. What even is that thing on it? I'm trying to figure that one out. Probably you, yeah. Okay, I get him. Really? Three hours, huh? Huh? Well, I think we did it. Some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that far too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. So you broke it again? Were some pieces glued? Were some pieces were stolen? That they were missing to begin with. Still. Doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I don't understand how it got broken. Really? You think it just fell? Not the blood stain all over it? That's why it broke? You say so. Piece is still missing. Put these pieces together and makes a jar. Yes. One wire, some of the pieces missing, and two doesn't seem a little unstable. Wonder it broke. Probably lodged like the guy's cranium. Look, this one's open, and the red indicator light above the door is lit. The locker is coated with the woman's fingerprint. Is it the Woodman's locker? Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? He ain't using it anymore, who cares? He's dead. It'd be hard to get it open again if he closed it. There's no like master key for these. Empty, they must have taken the contents elsewhere. Like Bobber has a stinking stroke one day and he has his medical card inside of the his locker. He won't get into it, not even his boss. I think nothing else to do here. Well, we gotta spray the fluids all over the locker room. Good old high school fashion. Guilty boys. So I'm aware there is blood there. I knew it. This is someone's right handprint. What's the matter, detective? That locker is mine. It's yours. Please. You have to help me. They couldn't take me away. Promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. But I've got 4 plants. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, I can't trust the police. What? But you're a detective. Is it final likely that the dude who was murdered just got his bloody handprint on the door? Must have been one massive pool of blood, never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional, what's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood? Maybe Detective Goodman's is actually an alien. That proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. More locker blood? I think that's it for the blood. Slide. Deep. I'm getting a reaction here. There's no reason for the murderer to have touched the spot if you fled out the door. So it was this dude's locker. This might be something significant. Hey? Some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. Yeah, it's 27 bucks on Amazon. What's this? It's called luminol testing fluid. Where do you get your hands on that? Huh? Get some too. Just ask Bezos. 50 bucks from the chief. Where do you get this, Emma? Always buy them from, by mail order. Well, I'd better always buy. How much do you use? You're 16. Better job is down before a glance. Hey, pal, look at the time. Something you need to be going to. Just the Mr. Edgeworth Inquiry Committee should be shutting out soon. Going to give them my report for the day. My help, you know? Report? You mean the note written on the back of the flyer? One that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe him. And him. Who needs enemies when you got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal, later. Should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. I think we're done here. It hasn't been like 3 days since I played this game. Something like that. 2 or 3 days. I don't know, Cowboy Man, you want anything else to talk about? Alright, this is all this filler stuff. Dude, could you imagine walking into like an establishment, some dude in the cowboy getup just shaving right in front of you in the middle of like the right behind like the main stand? It's wild. I'm gonna talk to you, weirdo. Fix your hand. He's over here. No. He's over here. What about you? Anything new? Bellboy. Oh, I guess my apologies. Oh, it was you. We met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg you, leave. Mr. Edgeworth, I beg you, leave. I beg your leave. So long. Edgeworth here, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. You didn't see him? In this 9x6 room? He has the hotel bring him some tea service. Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's what? Prosecutor's office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Ah yes, he brought me this latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently a new French restaurant's opening up near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info's on the other side, Edgeworth? Poor Mr. Edgeworth, I think the whole thing is really taking a toll on him. What if you, look at my badge? The prosecutor in this case. Don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea. Ask me to just tell me about the case. Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth just told you no in a very polite manner. How did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence. Apparently, there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. Gave me a warning. You were lucky this time again. Again. Heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. You okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still there presiding, still the presiding prosecuting attorney, however. something happened. He gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department. Yes, any further investigation of this case will be directed by the chief of police camp. I do nothing but wait for his results. I see. What? Why, I ask you? Why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still, never seen him so out of sorts. What if I show you this picture of the list? Oh, right. I better check out this now. So I was saying, what's this? Record of the ID card usage. Edgeworth, you went into the records room today, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. But why, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. But you can't, no less. Chief of Police. He wanted evidence for the case I wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But if it was solved, right? It would have to be, if the evidence was already filed. The chief has never wanted to explain himself. Any case with any of the stabbings that brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with this current case. I'm curious about this other case. Better make a note of it. Screwdriver. The AI-16. Evidence from the past case of Edgeworth's brought back to his office by Gannett request. Stubborn as always, I told you this has nothing to do with our current case. I'm gonna run him through. Did I show you this? No, but I don't think it's nothing changed anyway. I haven't looked at you yet, right? Yeah, no. I can't spray in here, dude. Oh, it all has to do with this case you were on, the SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You were the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. He must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. I'm assuming you had a dialogue into the option inside of the talk screen. I don't think he has anything to talk about. Allegations of forgery. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. Head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Gann. This wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago. Even then, top officer, and it was my first time working with them. I was nervous. Well, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth. What I want to know is why was the deputy chief of police in the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods. Dealing with the vicious murderer. If I let him go, blood would be in my hands. You want a guilty verdict and the killer was executed. Well, you didn't. Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win the trial. However, I do have a code and I follow it faithfully. Hello? When did California abolish their execution rules? Or if there has not been done? I thought Texas was the only one still operating under that in America. But then again, I have no idea. It's not like I go searching out this information. Something you hear in passing. Over like a random conversation that pops up. However, I do have a code and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. About my sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science. Yes, of course. Why just today? Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminal testing fluid? Well then. You might have use for this. Cotton ball and swab. Aluminium powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me, are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I'm not saying today's investigation. Do as you will. As Ruth, I'm really. You need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. I'll be giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well. Fingerprinting set and fingerprint file received. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. You seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. Do I? The bloody handprints? Can I get it from that? It's been a few days, so I don't really remember. All I can think about is the bloody handprints. Our investigation turned up as a suspicious handprint. Here, and this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's see the secret weapon we just borrowed. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger. Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. Let's choose the finger that will have left behind his print. I mean, it's the thumb, but you should probably do your index finger, right? Really can't tell the difference at a glance. Are you insane? Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it was done. And it's starting to get that sparkle in our eyes. First we sprinkle the aluminium powder around. How do you do that? With the A button. The flashing issues back, by the way. Looks like that did the trick. I hate what I'm looking at here. The aluminium powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. How do I do that? You know how to breathe? Setting I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See? Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some getting used to, though. It's fine, I won't go up your nose or anything. Pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. These are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. So I better give it a try. Ah, you did it. You found one. But this was nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck. The person who left the handprint must have worn gloves. Tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints. Looking at the locker door again closely. Fingerprint the side of the bloody handprint as well. I see it. There we go. Any more? Center here, probably, yeah. Fine, I'll load you up. How about that? One who is more crass than I am would make a joke about this. There you go. Yeah, your print's so clear, it's dazzling. Dazzling. Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. Not done yet? This is quite a process. There was no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? Guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edwards, and point out the person you think made these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? Could make a pretty good guess. Bloody handprint and the fingerprint are in different places, right? prints probably don't have anything to do with our case, so his fingerprint would most likely find on this evidence locker. Now what's up with the bar in the middle? I don't think it's yours. It's Mr. Gumshoe's. We even knew that was his locker, so... These prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright. You gave me the so what look. And probably because I was thinking, so what? Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit something you missed. So sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. I roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. It says it's a 16-year-old child. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, one other handprint is room to check it out. Skirt. How do I do this? This is where we got the luminal fluid reaction, right? Right, there was a handprint here. Okay, I'm gonna try using this. Nah, not at all. Okay, let's check for prints. That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using the chemical prints. Any prints in this area will have been wiped away too. Oh, right. That means no prints. Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, let's try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints, other than the ones left by a bloody hand. Dust. 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 Spotted trial error works now, so, you know. Jack Marshall. Jake Marshall. Hey, these fingerprints. Whose are they? Who's it? Somebody I know? It's Officer Marshall. 3 exclamation points. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall. Found on the bloody handprint. Left in the evidence room. The print has been wiped. Gotta be the coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Ema. Subtly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. Luminal reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. Oh. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a white bloodstain from himself shaving. That's all he does all day is shave. Wow, Officer Marshall. Our investigation is finally turning up some results. This is what you would call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. There was a court time? Dunk dunk dunk. Hey, court time. So what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same exact time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Good morning, Mr. Wright. And sister. Apologize for yesterday, I was indisposed. Hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. You still on the just done. So how'd it go? Mr. Wright suspects the police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. plea bargain. What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this Sim as Anthony's murder, they wouldn't see capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. Bologna. Tell me. Mr. Meyer, so I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. This guy. Not trace evidence of the certain person in the police department's evidence room. It belonged to Officer J. Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Bloodstained fingerprints, to be exact. That's a trump card I have in my sleeve today. You understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall. We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Scott? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. Pog. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is Humph. I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department, the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain in both places at the same exact time. But it was not physically possible, was it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room disappeared. Yes, the body eventually reappeared at the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Wow, this is one messed up trial. What my duty as the prosecutors present impartial evidence. They all present evidence related to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. That's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait. Very well, let's let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect is a murderer. Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go. Would the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir. I'm Officer Mike Meekins, sir. Occupation is, that would be murderer, sir. Alright, so you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. Never killed anyone again, sir. You gotta believe me, sir. They let you have megaphone still? Actually, what we'd like to hear from you is, sir, I'm what you would call a part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, sir. Officer Meekins. Yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I'm part of the generation that must be told what to do, sir. Wow. Can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm. Hey, I'm in 2001, you're part of this dude's same generation, so... Although it's not normal for my duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. Spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I thought I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. After that I passed out, until another officer smacked me awake. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you? Do unto the, to others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. I see, then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir, he knocked me up beside the edge, sir. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. Crime report, sir. Hold it. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I am in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Yikes, now there is a scary thought. Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime. Which means many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge regarding the Blue Badger, sir. Blue Badger? Yes, sir, the lovely police mascot created by the chief of detectives, sir. I was too sure it wasn't broken during the transfer process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir. see. Sounds like a very important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around. And I've relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room? Tell us. What did you see when you got there? Spotted the suspicious man in the security screen and rushed to the room. Hold it. What did that at the evidence room? You needed an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? He is 4989596. There it is, I found it. One right there, sir. Could you please read this number? Yes, sir, it's 4989596. That's my number, sir. I see. Huh? The number 4989596 is shown as being used twice. What are the odds 7777 is the chief of police, and then he's hung out in there for an hour, and then knocked out the guy, killed the other guy, and then use his tag to leave? Please explain. Or 777 could be even, the other guy, whose name I forgot. Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. First time I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Second time is when I went to get him after everything settled down. Never mind. I see, so it was during the second time one. Yes, sir, that was... I assumed they would have, like, a leaving thing, though. When I was spotted the man on the security screen, that the ID card record. Only doing what I was trained to do, sir. Suddenly attacked. So you were attacked? Can you please tell us exactly what happened? With a knife, sir, a knife. The big man pulled a knife on you. What happened then? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You weren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to do. When I reacted, sir. Put my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's when I got this gash in my hand. Maybe if I just kept you cool, your hand wouldn't be. I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. Grabbed the man by his collar. Off on the left, and I did it. What exactly did you mean when you said you did it? I know I don't look the type, but I'm gonna come through him, sir. The man left his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched the knife from him. I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. Made sure to close my eyes like a man. I see. Must have been desperate. Next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of blood, and the next thing I knew, yes, he punched me right in my face, sir. At what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that I was unconscious? Oh, right. According to the report from the officer who woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. 16 minutes? 15, 16. He hit me right in the head, too. Woke up crying tears of pain. That's nice. I mean, it was nice that you recovered, that is. Came around, though. I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir. The Blue Badger, sir. Return him to the entrance before things could get out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now. I believe we have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing that remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? You got a point. Is Officer Meekins? With regard to that, sir. Take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir. The chief delivered it? What is that? Videotape? Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. Videotape, sir. Contains footage from the security cameras in this room. What? I specifically asked if there was such a tape. I was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. It's like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Shows the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word, murder. Sir, it scares me. A video of a real murder? Just what are we getting ourselves into? Oh my god, dude. Neekins, where you going, dude? Maybe just the worst spot for a camera. Not even in the corner of the room. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. Can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the heck was that wiggling piece of plywood? Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. The Blue Badgers. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Video from the security camera placed in the evidence room. I was more like watching the time to see if there's any type of weird, like, glitch in it. Well, anyway. Tape seems to prove that what the witness did indeed encounter someone. The evidence room and some sort of activity did not take place. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly complete footage, witness testimony will suffice. That all right with you, Officer Nickens? Yes, sir, as you wish, sir. Mystery Man. His face can't be clearly seen in the video. There's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprints to do so. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him, no one else could have unlocked it. This is about fingerprint. Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have had to have been Detective Goodman. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with the contradictions. That's where I have to start. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? The face of the man who attacked you with a knife? So, sir, you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face. I believe that wouldn't be classified as the latter. The latter, but you were standing right in front of him, were you not? You were the person who fought him, aren't you? Oh, yes, sir. But I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them, you see. Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. So I'm sure it was him, I imagine it. You don't know what for sure, do you? You never actually seen Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label people as having seen. Isn't that what? Has it been looking at me like that? Why to label your stares as disturbing more? Deacons. He's dying. Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please be more thorough when you testify. Yes, sir. You claimed the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you were positive it was him. About these lockers, is there no other way to open them? No, sir. I myself tried all the kind of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir. I wonder what kind of methods you tried. The man opened the locker's lock, which only responds with registered fingerprints. Then he must be the person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir, and this too. Locker you open with no question that they're going, sir. How do you know that information? I've heard rumors, sir, from people that know, sir. People that know. The workers in the department cafeteria, sir, they keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic trouble, sir. For the record, the open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. Verify this information through a more reliable source. The victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face. Sir. May I say something, sir? Please do. After all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in the case, sir. I mean, it was his hand in the open fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can be testified enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is. Unless the defense can find a problem with it. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again. Is there a problem with the security video? There's a problem. Video contained on this tape. The lock is already open. There's one thing in particular that seems rather strange. The contradiction leads to the possibility that man may not have been to the what? Video contains such a contradiction? Objection. Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. Suppose we have the defense point out to us the alleged contradiction. The woman pointed out. Very well, proposal accepted. Let's further inspect this piece of evidence. Now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of. I have to point out the problem in the video. It's the first time I've had to ever do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. Set up so you can fast forward or rewind or pause the video. Just take a good look. Be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching the video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that indicates the man may not have been the Goodman? Take that. The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Officer Meekins. Sir, do you mean me, sir? As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. If it's a match, the light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that is the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. This is highly cursed music. He's gonna replay the entire thing. When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind a little bit earlier. Really? You had to do it like this? Like, really? Here, notice the light. What's this? It's already lit. Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open for the victim to grab the handle. Okay. Order, what's the meaning of this? Very simple, Your Honor. Locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. Objection. The locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When the door is shut, the sensor is triggered. The locker is automatically locked. Oh no, it must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert at this. Not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. And then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes, why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honor. Yes, well, you see, this isn't definitely my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, something like jam the system sensor? Something jam the sensor, say? Something else that seems out of place in this video. Yeah, I thought so too. There's gotta be another clue somewhere in this footage. Very well, let's inspect the videotape once more. Locker wasn't... what? This is where I'm like, huh? Is it the cloth in the door over here? It's not there anymore. Well, rewind. What is different here? Doesn't help the music doesn't stop either. No, let's see the locker open. Take it off. Pause. It was the glove. Rewind. Thing that's strange about this video would have to be this. I didn't actually ping it. That's my bad. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker? What, sir? In my experience, that these things fall out when doors are open. Often fall out, what? You can't be sure. This item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? Sensor triggers a lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? The white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times I get stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. With the door closing, my tie chokes me. But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator. But at the crime scene, there just might have been something that fits the description. But sir, by an insulator, you don't mean. I think I finally got this figured out. Very well. Will the defense please present relevant evidence? What was the insulator that was stuck in the locker door? Take that. Found this near the locker. A thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that it was in the victim's locker. There's a tag that says "Atlanta incident." The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp tested this. Day of the crime, even though I could have opened the locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? Sir, it would appear so. Or my Wi-Fi is on the fritz again. I'm dying here. Order. So we to believe then that the victim is witness stabbed in the evidence room? Not the pet. You're not being misled, Your Honor? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated the possibility that nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. Prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Sir? I mean me, sir. I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Type of joke. Very well, begin your testimony. Jury man 2. Sorry, I'm sorry. There's one other thing that proves I'm the man with the Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had to use this card. I mean, the card I currently have? I mean, okay. An ID card record, I see. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. The ID used at 514. That is the victim. For the crime, Without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. How are there so few people using this room? Particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on my on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. Only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right? I see, now let's move on to the cross-examination. That's remand 2. I'm gonna walk away for a minute here. Probably after this cross-examination. So unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be a rock salad, do you? Yes, sir. Salad as stone, sir. My hand wasn't wrapped in bandages. I didn't give the V for victory sign, sir. Couldn't you just use his right hand for that? That's your mouthful. As we've seen, one never knows what he might say until the very last second. Hold it! This card hanging from your neck, one of the ID cards? Yes, sir. Card number next to my cuff, sir. I'll keep it here so I won't ever forget it. But what if someone were to steal from you, keeping it out of the, on the open? Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck? I get in my car? Well, the remaining time is my ID card getting stuck. They're closing my ID card soaks me. Maybe I should just leave that one alone. At any rate, each police officer only has one card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. Please proceed with your testimony. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used this card. Mr. Wright, what do you think that was? Someone continue pressing. Let it be noted that this is the record that witnesses referred to. Let me see, yes, that would be it, Detective Goodman. What's the matter? According to this, Mr. Edwards, your name is on there. So it is, Your Honor. Not the prosecutor. Yeah, maybe he's behind all of this. Being a prosecutor, he can hide the evidence. There is that man in blue and murder. Just stare at him. You gotta be kidding me, kid? It would seem the inquiry committee would want to speak with you again today. They would be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination. Poor Mr. Edwards. It must be so difficult for him. Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir, he didn't show me any ID card, sir. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't even be any reason to draw a knife. Maybe he just panicked. Everything stems from contradictions, let's point them out. That's right, what do you think? I'm confused. What? Help me with this ID card testimony, it's far too obvious. Am I insane here? I don't know what we're talking about. Honestly, I don't know. Am I dumb? I mean, we walked right in, right, with a visitor's card? And didn't track. I mean, we don't know if it tracked it or not. One moment, Officer Meekins. I'm good at waiting, sir. I had the victim card right here. Found it at the crime scene. Makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the. I'm referring to the evidence room at the police department. And the other crime scene. Underground parking. I mean, that could just been put there after we got there, which was hours later, or a day later. But I wasn't really looking at it. Underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. Very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. I lost out of report, so I have to do it. But it shows that Detective Goodman lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess, he believed it's something to be his ID card, right? Can't say for sure, but it's a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Order. So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing and doesn't require much thought. And Officer Meekins' account was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole the Order. Does the prosecution have a response? Only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo. Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime. The man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes. What is he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at the single conclusion. The victim in the video was fake. And the murder in the evidence room was also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instance of the murder. That is... Yes, that's right. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. Is this thing going that well? I don't know. Seems you're finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense would have already done explaining it for me. The victim in the video is fake, which means the murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So, real crime could only take place in one location in your parking lot. Prosecutor's office, the murderer being the honest guy at the defendant. This is compelling. Observe the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. Activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so Your Honor, Mr. Wright, you see something or else on it. What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? Objection! One moment, Your Honor. Well now, Mr. Wright, don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. Unless we walked right into your prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? Cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. Security video did not show me the actual murder. I mean, was there no body there? I'm confused because, like, the dude was unconscious, so the body just, like, if the body did happen there, the cops just assumed the wall got up and walked away. And he threw himself out the back of what's it called, his trunk? His wrist trunk? How could there have even been a murder there? The dude was unconscious the entire time on video. I'm confused about how the officer could how they even thought the murder happened there. It cannot be said that it's unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination of the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. This court were to examine this further, other witnesses would be necessary. Prosecution prepared. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Prosecution continued the incident at the police department in the unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this. This just might be my chance. Time to call Sir Texas Ranger to the stand. Mr. Wright. Your Honor, defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh? Who do you have in mind? Someone who have a reason to believe. Someone who we have reason to believe knows the truth. Truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. Prosecution's request is to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then. Mr. Wright, this person will have testified. What is his or her name? Take that! Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? Can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. Charge of the evidence room, I feel we should hear what he has to say. Prosecution agrees to the defense request. As he was responsible for guarding the room, should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. Should be 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. Court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is appointed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? You will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess. So am I. February 24th. I'll get to the court. Is there stopping you with your Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Call for Jake Marshall? Seems you figured everything out. I haven't figured everything out. Lana, you're the one who knows everything. You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying hard just to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. You'd be so cold. Would you trust us and trust me? I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. Come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe. What is it? You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. Top it all off, you call me here. I've seen happy people off your face. Sorry, Detective. You better be, pal. Hey. I didn't see you in there, Chief Prosecutor Sky. That's okay, so you brought what I asked. Oh. You mean this, right? I thought that was a sandwich for a minute. My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name. Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Would it bother you to bring me the SL9 sleep files? I'm crazy. Lana, that's... But Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well with to read them. And you, the chief prosecutor, were witness in that case. This guy was a witness. Files from the Joe Dyer killing solved 2 years ago. Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with these serial murders. Or with serial murders. Oh, what? Now that I brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? Or, why? Why is your name in here? What? My name's in there? Oh no, unless... No, it couldn't be Lana. This is not incident. Is that?
That's the classification number of the police found it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings. The Joe Dark. I don't know why. That's over with. No. Emma Wade sure ran away. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, when I'm out of here. Big Marshall, Angela Starr, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just coincidence. Knowing you, you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. I'm gonna take a good look at this file. I'm gonna read that when I get back. Give me a savey davy. Alright, I will BRB.